Welcome back now. New this morning, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announcing California's Department of Motor Vehicles has admitted to illegally issuing upwards of 17,000 trucker licenses to what DOT officials call dangerous foreign drivers. Duffy wrote this: after weeks of claiming they did nothing wrong, Gavin Newsom and California have been caught red-handed. Now that we've exposed their lies, 17,000 illegally issued trucking licenses are now being revoked. They'll be null and void after 60 days. The Transportation Department is threatening to pull $160 million in federal money from California if all the CDLs are not revoked. Joining me now is DHS Public Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. Tricia, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Give us the reason this is so troubling, these licenses.
Maria, this is a huge public safety issue in this country, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. What's happening here is California and other sanctuary states are issuing these big rig driver's license, these commercial driver's license for 18-wheelers to those who are in our country illegally. Oftentimes they can't understand law enforcement, they can't speak the English language, they can't properly follow road signs. We've just saw in the last few weeks multiple Americans being killed by drivers who are driving recklessly using CDLs. This is a huge problem. Secretary Duffy has been a wonderful partner in this, incredibly proactive, and Secretary Noem has also been directing state and local law enforcement partners, including our ICE and CBP officials, to be going out to weigh stations, to truck stops, and making operations to make sure that this is a priority so the American families are safe who are driving on our roads.
Why would they issue the licenses in the first place, Tricia?
Well, in the state of California, it is actually illegal for the California Driver Association to ask these individuals if they're in the country illegally. So it's incredibly reckless policy. It's not just dumb, it's obviously deadly. And we've seen that time and time again. And innocent Americans are really getting wrapped up in this.
Well, they're trying to fight President Trump at every turn. I mean, a federal judge is considering releasing hundreds of illegal migrants arrested by federal agents in Chicago. The National Immigration Justice Center is arguing that these illegals were arrested in violation of a consent decree in state law. Meanwhile, a local Chicago gang reportedly putting their own target on federal immigration officials. Tricia, what's being done about all of this in Chicago?
Well, we will fight this at every turn. The fact of the matter is they are putting the Chicago public, the American public, at risk with these insane, asinine overturning and trying to turn back these migrants back onto our streets, many of which are dangerous criminals. But the fact of the matter is we've arrested in Operation Midway Blitz over 3,000 illegal aliens, many are whom are child pedophiles, MS-13 gang members, known or suspected terrorists, murders, truly the worst of the worst, Maria. And so this federal judge is trying to overturn that good work, undermine the will of the American people, and put the American people at risk. We will fight that at every turn. But the president just yesterday, he truth socialed some of the remarkable statistics that Secretary Noem and our law enforcement officers have been able to achieve out of Chicago in just the short time we've been on the ground there. Carjackings are down 48%. Homicides are down 16%. In Chicago, robberies are down 35%. These are remarkable statistics, and that's not because of J.B. Pritzker, and it's not because of Mayor Brandon Johnson. It's actually the opposite. They've been obstructing our law enforcement, they've been undermining them, and they've been vilifying them. Regardless, our law enforcement wakes up each and every single day to make the American people safer and enforce the rule of law.
Well, you've got a Mexican illegal now in custody for firing shots at Border Patrol agents in Chicago's Little Village neighborhood. DHS reporting that the suspect was convicted of aggravated unlawful use of a weapon and use of the vehicle. And Kristi Noem, the secretary, is taking aim at Illinois Governor J.D. Pritzker. She wrote on X, "This is a battle between law and order, good and evil, and we will prevail." Since the start of Chicago's Operation Midway, crime has plummeted. Carjacks are down 48%, robberies, shootings, homicide, all down as well. And a Border Patrol commander in Chicago reportedly is planning to leave the city this week. Tricia, tell us more.
We will remain in Chicago. We have ICE and CBP officers there. We've seen fantastic results under President Trump and Secretary Noem, and we will continue to bring those to Chicago and other sanctuary cities across the country. But what we've also seen in Chicago, like you said, those violent crime rates have been plummeting. But J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson really should be saying thank you instead of the obstruction and the violent language we continue to see out of them. But it's not just that. Think about what our law enforcement is also facing. Just on Saturday, you mentioned there was a shooting involving an illegal alien from Mexico. We also saw violent mobs who were throwing bricks at our law enforcement, throwing paint cans at their vehicles. They were assaulting law enforcement, and still our law enforcement stopped. They didn't slow down. They continue to arrest those violent criminal illegal aliens because they know the mandate of the American people and the people in Chicago. They want them there. They want their cities safe, and they want their freedom back.
President Trump has talked a lot about ensuring that the criminals are picked up and sent back home. Tricia, what do you want to say to critics who are questioning whether or not ICE has gone beyond that mandate and is arresting people who've done nothing wrong? They may have come into the country illegally, but are trying to work and have an honest life. What do you want to say to those critics? Because the president is also bringing this country back to watching and following the law.
Well, the facts are on our side, Maria, and the facts are on President Trump's side. The fact of the matter is 70% of those illegal aliens who have been arrested under this administration either have pending criminal charges or prior criminal convictions against them. But also, Maria, I think that those critics are forgetting these illegal aliens have a choice. They didn't just make a choice when they illegally entered this country, but they have a choice today. They can decide to leave now, get a $1,000 exit bonus and a free flight home, potentially preserving the opportunity to return the right way, or they can stay here, they can be arrested, they can be deported, and never return back to the United States. I think that's a very generous offer of the American people of President Trump.
It's a great point. Tricia, good to talk with you. Thanks so much. We'll be watching your work.